podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I am your host, Crimson Sin. Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Before I start the review, two quick little things. You probably already noticed the first one. I haven't been feeling very well, so my voice is just weird sounding. It sounded much worse earlier in the week. That's why there hasn't been any videos, but I think it's okay enough for me to do a review. So I am so sorry for that. Second of all, check out this amazing commission I had done for my character. Art Kick really knocked it out of the park. She doesn't have her commissions open right now, but she does open them, periodically. So definitely go follow her on Twitter. She does really, really cool fan art, a lot of She-Ra stuff, regular flavored and some spicy stuff. But definitely when she has her commissions open again, you want something cool, some great art, definitely hire her. Super professional communication throughout the whole entire process. It's just an awesome person to work with. Now on to the review. Amphibia season 2, episode 1. And man, I haven't been feeling well, but know what makes me feel better? Cool cartoons with great characters and fun stories and great jokes, and Amphibia just does it for me. It makes me laugh every single time. I don't think there's been a single episode that didn't make me smile or make me laugh. And again, back with season 2, and let's just be thankful that it's back and we have a really good cartoon to watch again. And I'm going to do my reviews. There's 2 episodes per episode, like 2 stories. I'll do every individual story as its own review because I just love talking about Amphibia. So I'm a big proponent for new openers for new seasons. While we don't get a completely brand new opening, we do get an added little scene in the middle with Sasha and Anne fighting, and damn, it's pretty freaking cool. How does this show have better action than action shows? How's that even possible? But this right here, this is a wall scroll, a poster. I want a print of this. It's freaking awesome. But we get into the actual episode, Handy Ann, and I do love the fact that they took the break in between seasons, is part of the show. That dude that got picked up by that dragonfly is it's been 3 months. That just makes me laugh that they acknowledge the time passing. So Anne and Sprig are just hanging out on the roof, and it's springtime, so all that snow is melted, so they can go through the pass and get out of the valley. They've been stuck there all of season 1, so they weren't able to explore any of the world of Amphibia outside of the valley. So they're getting ready to go on some big trip, to go look for answers for Anne. And Sprig's so yeah, then they recap the season finale. He's so how do you feel about all that stuff with Sasha? And we have the flashback of them fighting.
Yep, totally fine.
She almost died, and it really, really stuck with Anne. And she's nope, I'm okay. And you can totally tell she's totally not okay. But Hop Pop got what their equivalent of an RV would be. So you got a big wagon. They're going to go on this trip. Excuse me. And Anne's oh, so, we're all going to just leave. Oh, yeah, it's going to be this big journey. They have a map all mapped out. They're going to go to Newtopia. And that's the New York City of Amphibia. It's where the central hub that's ruled by the Newts. And the Newts are the all-powerful people. They're we've seen a couple, but now we're going to meet on this journey, how this whole society is built. Because we've only got to know the frogs and the toads, really. So they're yeah, let's go do this. It's going to be great. But they're leaving the house behind. I guess Hop Pop hired he makes the tulips. I grow tulips, that guy. And she's whoa, you're going to leave it with them? He's yeah, there's the farm needs to be protected. And, the crops have to be tended to and everything. So they're risking everything for Anne. And Anne is whoa, guys. You're doing this all for me? Yeah, we're going on this journey. We're going to do this. But there's all kinds of dangers. There's the locust bugs and firestorms with locust bugs or whatever. And you see one go flying by. It's a very dangerous world. But Anne's and you're okay, make sure to give the key to him. And then we're going to finish packing. So this guy shows up and he's the freaking Conan the Barbarian of freaking frogs. And of course, it's not him. It's that one dude with the hat. All he says is I grow tulips. And Anne's oh, wait a second. This guy's not going to be able to protect the house. He gets beat up by a bunch of bugs, and then Anne's like, I'm gonna be the one who's gonna show you how it's done. So she beats all the bugs and everything. She's like, oh no, you can go home. I'm gonna fortify the house. So she's gonna go through like getting fortifications, the defenses and stuff. So she like tells this whole story. I love the transitional gags. You think she's talking to one person, but then when it zooms out, like she was like talking to somebody else.
Frog hopping future! And that means they deserve the best, right?
I mean, it's a shovel.
I'll take 10!
I love that. It's a great gag. She's getting more and more stuff to get her defenses built because she feels bad that the house could be attacked. Sprig's packing, and Sprig's like his slingshot. That's like his weapon. So he's going to get his slingshot, but he doesn't know which one to bring. So he has like all these different choices, and this one's stronger, this one's more accurate. He's going through all this stuff, but he's starting to have a little bit of a freak out because he can't decide. Anne has a whole sack of like armaments, and then she's gonna go get some more defenses. And she's like, "You got anything I can, I could use to protect the plants?" And then he's like, "Oh yeah, I got just the thing, but I guess it's like evil, like it'll turn the plants like alive." And she doesn't care. I'll take it. It doesn't even matter, even though it's like all ominous and scary. Anne's like, "Cool, I'll have it." So she's taking this big giant barrel of slime. Hot Pop's getting all his ascots ready for the trip, and he like folds them in a special way. It's such a silly thing. I just love it. Polly's like, "Oh, need some help?" It's like, "Oh yeah, you want to help me fold my ascot?" She's like, "No, thank you." Gets to Sprig's room, and Sprig is like completely like out of his mind, but he finally decided what slingshot to bring. And Polly, just being who she is, she's like, "Oh, this one's good." "Oh, what do you mean?" "Oh, I'm not saying it's fine, but is it really the best one?" Just to get him going again, so he just has another freaking freak out. She did it for no reason other than to screw with her brother. And she puts on the tunes, and we get a montage. It's pretty cliche at this point, but I don't mind it because it's always fun. Putting up barbed wire, has all these weapons, giant mouse traps, even barbed wire to the freaking mailbox. And then she goes, "Oh, time to use this the stuff to make the plants come to life." There's a huge warning. Don't use too much. She literally kicks the whole bucket over. Like, Anne, why are you doing this? Everyone's ready to go, and the zoom ins. Look at Sprig's face. Like, oh wow, look at that. He really went above and beyond. I like how the on the house it looks like a giant switchblade now. It has like this giant knife hanging out the front of it. And it's like, "Oh yeah, everything's protected now. We don't need to worry about it." All the plants come to life. Big scary, pumpkin monsters, turnip monster. Then we get this little turnip guy who's got a butt to rival the butt witch. Like, oh my goodness, he's got some cakes. And I normally hate fart jokes, but this guy has like little like cutesy farts. It's funny. We get a xenomorph. It's a eggplant, but it's totally a xenomorph. "Oh no, we're under attack, so everyone has to fight these things." Sprig uses this slingshot that he picked. "Oh, it's going to be great." It totally just breaks on him. So if he would have just used the regular one, he would have been perfectly fine. Then they got to defend the house now. Anne's got, some good sword moves. She's gotten way better at combat. She was always athletic, but now she actually knows how to like kill. Which is good, and it's also weird. Hot Pop has a cheese grater as his weapon. Polly and Sprig help each other out, even though Polly's the one who freaking caused this slingshot to break in the first place. Then the plant, they think they won, then they beat them all back, and then like they form the Voltron of vegetables. I was disappointed he didn't have the chunky radish butt, but this thing's like a huge monster now, knocking them all around. Knocks out the platters. It steps in one of the traps, and it's gonna fall into the house. And the whole reason why Anne did all this was to protect the home. It smashes the house, like completely destroys it. I'm like, "Anne, you freaking idiot!" And they're like, "Oh no, you destroyed the house. How could you?" And then Anne feels bad because she wanted, if anything happened, that was what she was trying to avoid. Anne gets all like angry and unlocks Ultra Instinct. I don't know how else to explain it. She like does that quick little dodge. Look how pissed off she is, and glowing blue eyes. What's the deal with that? I'm thinking. Remember the music box, the Calamity box had 3 gems in it. I'm assuming that's going to be Anne, Sasha, and Marcy. And I'm assuming that's where this energy is coming from. They, within themselves, are those gemstones now, because notice how they were missing. So they have power now, some type of like something they can tap into. I'm assuming that's what that is. So she gets all badass. I mean, the clip playing, and yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, she chopped him up. She like bit off a part of him. And of course, a little butt turnip guy lives. He's got to come back. He's got to be a returning character. I love this guy. But yeah, they won the day, and then like, oh, man, who could have guessed that would have happened? Anne fesses up right away. Even though she kind of says it like in a, oh, I'm sorry, but she doesn't lie. Season 1, Anne would have lied. She would have been like, oh man, that is crazy. And she did do that previously, but now she's like, she kind of fesses up to it, but at the same time, she's like, well, I was trying to protect the house. I didn't think, Tulip guy would be able to do it. But Hop Pop's like, why did you think I hired him? He just, it's like the conch, but it's like a flower. That doesn't even make any sense. But he's super good handyman. He fixes the whole house like in seconds. And then I was like, Anne, I like all of her reactions. They're just great.
I grow tulips.
Hoopa da boopa.
Wow, that's why I hired him. Why else would you think I'd have? I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're good to go. They're all packed up, ready to head out. And Anne's like, well, why don't we bring the box? Because I bet you someone in Utopia will know what this is. And Hop Hop, remember earlier, pretended not to know what it was and said, oh, I know some people that might know what it is. I'll take care of it. He just buried it. So it's got to be something powerful, or it had, again, people call, I don't know if it's the official names of Calamity Box. I don't know if they ever called it that in the show. I don't remember, but it must be dangerous, super dangerous. So I don't know. He hides that from her, and then they're off on their journey. And final shot, this show has no business looking this good. They go so above and beyond with the backgrounds and the details. It's just wonderful, and I love the show so much. And there's a new episode out today, so I'm going to be a little bit behind, but I'm going to try to play catch up. Health. My throat was hurting. It's a little bit better, but yeah, great stuff. Tell me what you think about Anne's blue eyes. Does my theory work out? Is it something else? Hop Pop hide in the box. Is that a good or bad idea? I don't know. But yeah, Amphibia is back, and hooray. I just absolutely love the show. Crimson Saint here. Thanks for watching the video. If you're enjoying the content, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single upload. If you have any tips or story ideas, hit us up on Twitter at C15 Podcast, or better yet, join our Discord server, link in the description below.